Equity mutual fund investors have witnessed significant ups and downs in the last 10 years in the stock market. Those who got scared of the volatility moved out, but the ones who remained patient and stayed would have made handsome gains, all thanks to the well-managed and consistently good performing mutual funds. Hello and welcome to our channel 5-Minute Finance by ET Money, where we talk about the basics of investing and personal finance. In today's video, we'll look at the equity funds that have been SIP toppers in the last 10 years, the funds that have outshined their peers and stayed ahead in the returns race in the last decade. But before we move on, let me be very clear that these are not our fund recommendations. We have just tried to perform number crunching to figure out the SIP toppers. There's no guarantee that they will perform equally good in the future as well. So keep it in mind and do not invest in them blindly basis the past returns. We have always asked you to invest as per your risk appetite. And if you need some help with it, you may go to the ET Money app and take the investor personality assessment, where you just have to answer a few questions and it tells you your personality as an investor. The best part, it also guides you with the suitable investment options, and this whole exercise hardly takes a few minutes. So, coming back to the SIP toppers. Now, before giving out the names, let me tell you how did we take out the list of funds. We took all the open-ended diversified equity funds, including large cap, mid cap, large and mid cap, small cap, flexi cap, multi cap, tax saving funds, also called as ELSS or equity linked saving schemes, contra funds, value funds, focus funds, and dividend yield funds. This gave us a list of 285 funds. Now, out of this 285 funds, we considered the ones that have been there since 2014. So, we got only 79 such funds. Next, we calculated 5-year SIP returns starting July 2014. So, the first 5-year SIP period was from July 2014 to June 2019. Then July 2015 to June 2020. Next was July 2016 to June 2021 and so on, till the last 5-year period, that was from July 2019 to June 2024. So this gave us exactly 6 5-year periods of SIP. Now till here, we have got 5-year SIP returns for each of the 79 funds for 6 different 5-year periods. Now here we compared each fund's SIP return with the average SIP return of the category for all different 6 5-year periods that we had. Now this helped us filter out those funds which have outperformed the category average returns in all the 6 different 5-year periods under consideration. So this filter further narrowed down our list to as low as 13 funds. So only 13 funds have outperformed their respective categories for all the 6 5-year periods under study. From this, we removed a small fund managing assets lesser than 200 crore. Then we applied one last filter. We took only those funds which have delivered an average SIP return of at least 15%. We took an average of all the 6 time periods under consideration for this. So this gave us our final list of 9 funds. So in the last few years, we have seen new investors going crazy about small cap funds, as they have been topping the charts for some years now. But this list of SIP toppers will be an eye-opener for such investors. So out of the 9 funds in our list, only 1 is a small cap fund. Then there are 2 mid cap funds, 1 flexi cap fund, 2 tax saving funds, 1 large and mid cap fund, 1 multi cap fund, and 1 value fund. What a diversified list we got. Now let's get on to the names. We'll start with Nippon India Small Cap Fund. This fund has delivered an SIP return of 21.68% on an average. Undoubtedly, it is the biggest small cap fund with assets worth 56,469 crores. The fund is ranked the top fund over a 10-year period. Coming to the 2 mid-cap funds in the list, Kotak Emerging Equity Fund and Nippon India Growth Fund, with average SIP returns of 15.29% and 17.46% respectively. Now, Kotak Emerging Equity Fund manages massive assets worth 49,023 crore and is the second biggest fund in its category. Other mid-cap fund that qualified in our list was Nippon India Growth Fund that holds AUM worth 30,839 crore. We have the largest flexi cap fund in the list as well, Parag Flexi Cap Fund, which as the name specifies is a flexi cap fund that manages assets worth 71,700 crores. It has delivered an average 5-year SIP return of 18.2% in all the 6 time periods under consideration. Next, we have 2 tax saving funds. Now, these funds also invest just like flexi cap funds, but they come with tax benefit under Section 80C under the old tax regime. And so they have a 3-year lock-in as well. So we have Quant ELSS Tax Saver Fund and DSP ELSS Tax Saver Fund in our list. These funds hold assets worth rupees 10,528 crore and 16,284 crore respectively. Quant ELSS Tax Saver Fund has delivered an average 5-year SIP return of 23%, whereas DSP Tax Saver has given 15.24% returns. Then we have Kotak Equity Opportunities Fund, a popular large and mid-cap fund which has delivered an average 5-year SIP return of 15.29%. It is the third biggest fund in its category and boasts assets worth 24,000 crore. Then we have Quant Active Fund, which is a multi-cap fund. It manages assets worth 10,700 crore and has delivered average 5-year SIP returns of 21.46%. Last but not the least is a value fund, Nippon India Value Fund. This value fund has delivered an average 5-year SIP return of 15.29%. The fund manages an asset of around 8,000 crores. And with this, we have come to the end of this video. If you liked it, please subscribe to our channel and share the video with your friends and family as well. Also press that bell icon to never miss a video from us.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.